Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start today's class. So already we have discussed about the two shorting algorithm. One is bubble short, and the previous class we have already discussed about the insertion short. So today we discuss one more shorting algorithm, which is selection short. So first of all, we understand the same way. We first understand the procedure, then we write a program. So in a similar method as we already done in bubble short and insertion short, selection short is same, more or less same, but little bit changes is there. But the aim is, suppose you have a number of random elements and you have to shorting those elements in an ascending order using selection short. So the concept is same, the programming concept is same. We have taken all those random values, means all those n number of elements in an array, and we just operate our array according to the working principle of selection short and sorting in ascending order of all those n number of elements. So first of all, we take an example, same example whatever we taken in a case of insertion short. So we take the same example and try to understand what is the procedure for selection short. Then we discuss about the program. Just one more minute. Okay, so same example which have already we discussed using and sorting all those elements using insertion short. I'm taking the same example, and first of all understand how the selection short procedure is happen. So see, the same as before, we have n number of elements here, n number of elements here, and all those elements is arranged in a random manner. So now we have to sorting those elements in a ascending order using selection sort. So we have to arrange all the numbers, whatever we have in our array, whatever we have, whatever your n value is. So you have to arrange all those n number of elements in a ascending order using selection sort. Okay. Now what is a procedure for arranging the n number of elements in ascending order using selection sort? So first of all, we have to take the first value of our array, means whatever the first value stated in our lower index of our array. So now according to that, we have a first value as 44 in ARR0 position. Suppose I am taking that my array name is ARR, same as before. So this is a lower index and this is the upper index. Fine. So lower index starting with 0 and upper index ending with n minus 1. So now there is a n number of elements. So A0 to A7, total 8 number of n values we have in our array. Clear? Next, now consider your first value of your lower index. Means I have to take the first value whichever in ARR0 position. So according to our example, according to our insertion of the array, the 44 is placed in the ARR0 position. 44 is placed in a ARR0 position. Fine. After that, we have to first find out in a first iteration. So now clear it one more time. Before the same two algorithm, the concept is same. We have to execute our outer loop for the 7 times. If your n is equal to 8, what I am want to telling you that you have to execute your outer loop for n-1 number of times. Why? Because the same concept is here also. If we arranged 7 elements, then 8 elements is automatically arranged according to their requirement. So our outer loop is executed for n-1 number of times. n-1 number of times. So here in this example, our n is equal to 8. That's why our outer loop is executed for n-1 is equal to 7 number of times. So now, first time my outer loop is executed. So now I am in iteration 1. Assuming that I am now in iteration 1. So first of all, you take the first value of your array, means the lower index value of your array, means 0th position value of your array. Then you have to find out that which one is the largest elements among the remaining elements of your array. What is the meaning of that? That I am already taking this element. So this is already in a side. Now I am talking about this number of elements. Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 out of this 7 number of elements, you have to find out the position of the smallest number of element. Actually, we are working with a position when we work with a array. Maybe the one-dimensional array, maybe the two-dimensional array. I'm not talking about the value. I'm talking about the position of the array. Because actually you are working with the position. Whatever the value of that particular position, you are actually working on that. So basically, whatever we have write in our algorithm or program, we are actually write in a index manner. We actually operate our index. So when we operate or when we write our logical or mathematical expression using array index, automatically it will apply for the corresponding value. Okay. So first of all, you take the value of ARR 0 position in iteration 1. And rest of the element, you have to find out the smallest element position. Means where is your smallest element? So if we see that, we already seen that if I am taking this 44 out of one side, among these elements, 11 is the shortest one. So it is very clear to us. Okay, I'm not talking about the programming logic. I'm just telling you the process. When we done the programming, then we talk about the logic expression or something like that. So now just understand what is a procedure, mathematical procedure. Suppose you take this 44 as your first value of your array and take this one aside. After that, you find out the smallest element of your remaining elements of your array. So it is very obvious that 11 is the smallest element among 77 to 55, whatever the elements is. Because we see that after finding the smallest element, you have to compare this first element with this smallest element. Means we have to compare the first element and the smallest element of my existing element of array. So if first element is greater than that smallest element, but I have already taken that one. If this is greater than this value, means the first element value is greater than this smallest element value, then it will interchange or swapping the position with each other. So after finding the smallest one, I'm not move on to the iteration 2. I'm iteration 1 till now. I'm talking about iteration 1 only. So after finding the smallest value, if first value of your array is greater than the smallest value of your array, then you have to swap the position of these two values using a third variable. So we see that 44 is our first element and 11 our smallest element of the remaining part of the array. So obviously 44 is greater than 11. That's why 44 and 11 interchange their position with each other. See, 11 move on to this place and 44 move on to this place. But rest of the part of the elements are same. See, rest of the part of the elements যেখানে যেটা ছিল সেটাই কিন্তু আছে, কোনো চেঞ্জ হয়নি in iteration number 1. In iteration number 1. Okay, so after finding the smallest one, you have to compare the first value with that smallest value. If your first value is greater than the smallest one, then you have to interchange the position of these two values using a third variable. So 44 is greater than 11. That's why in after passing iteration 1, 11 and 44 change their position with each other. Now the question is, if this value is not greater than this value, then no interchange is happening. কোনো interchange হবে না, সেটাও আমরা এখানে দেখব. Okay, so move on to the next iteration, which is number 2. So according to our example, there is a 77. So 11 is already shorted. Just think about that. My first element is already shorted. First position element, I'm not talking the first element. First position of your array is already shorted and occupied by the smallest element of your array. So I'm not bothered about this position right now. I'm bothered now this position. So in iteration 2, we take the value of ARR1. ARR0 is already processed. Okay, now move on to the ARR1. Means now I am in a outer loop in number 2. So in iteration 1, I am now in iteration 2, I am now in ARR1 position. Again, we have to find out the smallest one according to 22 to 55. According to 22 to 55. When we take the first value in first iteration, we take the values from 77 to 55. But after number 1 iteration, this part is already arranged. So we not bothered about this part. So I am taking this value. Which value? ARR1 value. And I am checking what is the smallest element of this part, means 22 to 55. So we see that 22 is the smallest one according to this set of elements. 22 is the smallest one. Again, comparison is there, and obviously 77 is greater than 22. So 22 and 77 interchange their place. See, 22 move on to this place and 77 move on to this place. So after iteration 2, we have already arranged this position and this position value. We are not bothered about that one because array 0 and array 1 position value is already arranged. Move on to the third iteration. So what is the next value? 77. What is the next value? 77. Why 77? Why not 22, madam? Because you are taking 44 as the first, you are taking 77 as a second. So why are you taking 77 again and a third? Why not 22? Because after iteration 2, you have already processed this position. already swap the elements according to our requirements. So 77 is already moved on to the ARR1 according to the procedure of selection sort, and 22 goes down to the below 22 moves up to the ARR1 and 77 goes down to the ARR2. So according to that, we have the third element is 77, not 22, because in every iteration your array elements position is changed. After every iteration your array position is changed because swapping is there, because comparison is there. So after that, so after iteration number 2 we have 77 here. So we are working with 77, not 22. So again 77, and we have to find out which one is the smallest one. So 33 is the smallest one. So 33 and 77 interchange with each other. See, after third iteration, 33 is already placed in its required position, and 77 goes down to this place because the interchange in between the smallest value and the third value. So 11, 22, 33, this 3 position value is already arranged. Now, which one is the next value? According to our index, whatever the iteration 2, whatever the operations we done in iteration 2 or iteration 3, according to that, in the next element after arranging ARR0, ARR1 and ARR2, the next element means in ARR3 there is a 88. Again we have to find out the smallest one among this part, which is 44. So 88 and 44 interchange this place, with each other place. So 44 moves up to this place and 88 goes down to this place. So 11, 22, 33 and 44, all the position of this array are arranged. And see, all are arranged in an ascending order. Next is 77. And which one is a smallest? 55. So 55 and 77 interchange the place with each other. So all these 5 elements is arranged. What is the next element? 66. Now see, 66 is less than 88 and less than 77. What is the meaning that 66 in that position where the smallest element position and the assuming array element position both are same? Am I clear to everyone? Every case, see, before the 66, every case, both the position, whatever the value we are comparison, both the position is different. See, 44 is here, 11 is there. 77 is there, 22 is there. Again 77 is there, 33 is there. Again 88 there and 44 there. 77 there and 55 there. So see, all the assuming element and the smallest element both are stated in a different position. But in case of 66, see, the smallest element and the assuming element both are in a same position. Both are in a same position because 66 is my next assuming element according to my array, and 66 is the smallest element because as we see 77 is greater than 66 and 88 is also greater than 66. So no swapping, no comparison is there because 66 already placed in its required place. 66 is already placed in a right position because 66 is there where assuming element means 66 and smallest element which is also 66 both are is same. So we have to remember that one when we write down our program. So we have to check, or we have to write this condition also in our program, because the assuming element and the smallest element is a same position. In that particular case, no comparison is done, no swapping is done. Now, which one is the next? 88, and which one is the smallest? 77. So 77 and 88 replace with each other. See, or after 7 iteration, why 7? As you already we say that n minus 1 number of iteration we require. So all after 7 iteration, all the elements are placed in a ascending order. So this is our input and this is our output. So why this is called selection sort? Because every time we select the smallest element of the array, assuming the first element, and select the smallest element of the remaining part. That's why this is called selection sort. Every iteration, see, first iteration, we take this one and we find out the smallest one. So this one is arranged. Next iteration, we take this second value and find out the smallest one. Again, we interchange the values according to our requirement. If the assuming value is greater than the smallest value, then it will interchange with each other. So this is the procedure of selection sort. So every iteration, we first select the, or we first find the smallest element, then we compare the array assuming element with this selected element, which is the smallest element of our remaining part of the array. And if the assuming element is greater than the selected element, which is the smallest element of existing part, remaining part of the array, then we interchange the position of these two values and move on to the next iteration. So this is a simple procedure of selection sort. Now we have to apply all those conditions in our program. Means take this first one, find out the smallest one, and if this element is greater than this, then the swapping is done. Again, we have to write down this condition also. Then the assuming element and the smallest element position both are same. Then though no comparison is there, no swapping is there. If no comparison is there, then there is no option for swapping also. And we have to swap our values using third variable before, the same as before, whatever we have done in a bubble sort and insertion sort. So now we write the program, and please understand line by line. If you think that we have a problem, then please ask. Okay, so similar as the before one, we have to first take one dimensional array. Suppose I am taking ARR and we need n, because how many elements you have. So one loop variable for inner loop, outer loop, and one loop variable for outer loop. And for swapping, we need a third variable, and there is a requirement for one more for storing the position, because we have to find out the smallest one. So we have to work with this position, because position is the most important part for this procedure, because until or unless you find out the position of the smallest one, the remaining part of your elements, then you can't compare those two, and you can't swapping those two. So This is the most important variable. So for that, we have to use position, in short POS. So after that, in a similar way, we have to first take the n number. So enter the number of elements. So what is the value of n? Then scanf %d, comma, ampersand n. After that, you enter the array elements randomly. So you written here, enter the array elements. Array elements, and after that you have to execute a loop. Why? Because we have until or unless we don't use the loop, we don't insert the array elements into the array. So less than n I plus plus, and simple using scanf. Scanf, we write down and we take all the values from the user. Okay, so after that we have to write. So we have insert all our values to the array. Now we take the first value. So according to our logic, we take the first value and we find out the smallest element of the remaining part of my array. So this is my first aim. So for that, we have to execute a inner outer loop. We know that. And our outer loop is executed for n minus 1 number of times. So I equals to 0, I less than n minus 1, and I plus plus. Okay, so 0, 2 less than n minus 1 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 7 times my loop is executed. Total 7 times my loop is executed. How? Because array indexing starting from 0, ending with n minus 1. So our loop is executed from 0 to 6 times, means total 7 times my loop is executed, outer loop. Now, so first we assume that we have 44. See, remember the example. So in lower index, we take the lower index value. Why? Because we have to compare this one with the smallest one. So first of all, we take this value. What value? ARR 0 position value. So simple, we write here position is equal to I. Why I'm writing this one? I'm telling you that. So first, we initialized our POS value with I. Whatever the I value, so POS value is totally depend on the I. Okay, so POS is equal to I. Now, next, we have to, so after taking the 44, we have to find out the smallest one from the remaining part of my array. From the remaining part of my array. Now, for that, we have to execute the inner loop. So, j is equal to I plus 1. Why I plus 1? Because what I'm saying in that example, see, 44 we have already taken. Now we have to find out the smallest one between 77 to 55. So for take this index, we execute our loop from I plus 1 because I is already occupied by 44. So we are not bothered about I. For first time my loop is executed. Okay. So ARRI, if I am taking in that way, so ARRI, which is ARR0, so 44 is already there. So 44 we in our hand. Now we have to compare this 44 with the smallest element of the remaining part of your array. So for that reason, you have to execute your loop from the second position to the end, because your first position is already occupied by 44. So we are not bothered about that. So this is the one element whichever we have to compare. So 44 in our hand. Now we have to find out the smallest one from the remaining part of my array. So what about the remaining part? So for remaining part, we have to execute our loop from I plus 1, means from 1 ARR1. So ARR0 is occupied by 44. Now we have to find out the smallest one. So our loop obviously starting from I plus 1. I plus 1 means what? I plus 1 means ARR1. Because I is already 0. In 0 position, there is already 44. So we have to find out the smallest one. Then we obviously we execute the loop from ARR1 to ARRn or n minus 1, whatever it is we are saying that. Okay, so our J loop is starting from I plus 1, ending with J less than n, why not less than is equal to n? I am telling you that one. First, consider 1 by 1. So J plus plus. Okay. So this loop is executed for finding out the smallest one. Finding out the smallest one. Okay. So if ARR0 or ARR not, I'm not writing here directly 0, I'm writing here position is greater than ARRJ, then POS is equal to J. Why I'm writing this one? Why I'm writing this one? It is too much complicated. It is too much complicated. Why it is too much complicated? একদমই নয়। তুমি কি বার করছো? The smallest value from 77 to 55. You have to find out the smallest value, or you have to check. Now you have to find out the smallest value with the remaining part of your array. Remaining part of your array. Am I clear or not? Am I clear or not? বোঝা যাচ্ছে না যাচ্ছে না? বোঝা যাচ্ছে না যাচ্ছে না? Okay. See, what is a POS? What is a POS? What is a POS value? Anyone?
0.
0. So ARR0 is greater than ARRJ. What is a J value? What is a J value?
1.
1. So according to our example, so we just comparing these two. We just comparing these two. Is it so? Is it so or not? Am I clear or not? According to our program logic, we are basically comparison position and the J value. position value and J value. Why? Can you please tell me, anyone, why I'm writing in that way? Tell me.
Ma'am, if initial position what we have assigned is smaller.
Don't audible. I can't hear you.
Ma'am, if initial position which is assigned is smaller than J position, then it will exchange its position.
Then
The
what's
index
happening?
will be exchange.
Then what's happening?
Then we can easily swap them.
So I'm checking here, or I'm writing here, if ARR position is greater than ARRJ. Is it okay? And must be there is a second bracket. First I'm writing, then I will explain. Okay. So after that, I'm writing in that way, POS not equals to I, then temp is equal to ARRI, ARRI is equal to ARR POS, and ARR POS is equal to temp. Fine. So the if loop is completed and for loop is completed. Now tell me what I'm writing. Anyone? Well, before this class, whatever we have already done to program. Now tell me how the this logic is working according to our example. Anyone, just explain. I'm writing the program code. Just you tell me how this logic is working.
Ma'am, first we have taken a for loop from I is equals to 0 to I is less than n minus 1.
Then
in previous example, it's 8 values, so I is working from 0 to 7th position.
yes.
Here
0 to 6 position, not 7 position.
Yes,
0 to 6 position. Okay, total 7 times. Fine. Then
position equals to I. Then the initial value of position is assigned as 0.
okay. So
Then
position
we are
0. So I am writing in that way. Okay. So position value is 0 now. Then so
then
first
we have
is executed. What is the J value? What is the J value?
J value is 1.
J value is 1. Then in that particular case, what happened?
Ma'am, we are checking.
The condition is true, right? So 1
Yes,
is less than n, no problem with that. So move on to this place. Now compiler into this place. So here ARR 0, because position value is 0. I am writing this one is little bit this side. So position value is 0. So ARR 0 is greater than ARR 1. If so, then position is equal to J. So according to that, 44 is not greater than 77. Am I right? Am I right? According to that, whatever I am written in my code, 1 minute. Whatever I am write in my code, so 44 is greater than 77. This comparison is take place because in ARR0, there is a 44. Whatever our random values are, I am writing this one 44, 77, 22. I am writing in this here 44, 77, 22. After that, 88, 33, 66. 88, 33, 66. Then 11, then 55. Then 11, then 55. Fine. So see, according to that, so this is my 0 position and this is my 1 position. So according to this condition, what is the position value? See everyone, my loop is executed for the very first time. So this is my array elements, and you know that the lower index is 0 and upper index is 7. এত অবধি আমরা সবাই জানি। So lower index starting with 0 and upper index ending with n-1. So our loop, according to the syntax of array, our loop is executed for 0 to 6, means total 7 times. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But loop starting with 0, ending with n-1. So 0 to 7 time my loop is executed. 0 to 6 time my loop is executed. For this total 7 elements is executed. Now position value is 0. So position value is 0. Why? Why I value is 0? For the very first time my loop is executed. So I value is 0 and position value is equal to I. So obviously position is equal to 0. Next, move on to this place, because this 4 is executed between this 4. So this is a nested loop. So until or unless this condition is totally false, it will not move on to this place. So first it will execute it until or unless this condition is false. Okay. So now move on to this part. J is equal to J initialized with I plus 1. What is the I value? 0. So 0 plus 1. What is J value? So how 1 come? 0 plus 1. Because I plus 1. What is I value? 0. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So 1 obviously less than n. What is the n value? According to these values, n value is 8. So 1 is less than 8. It is a true condition. So now compiler move on to this place. Am I right? So now according to the value of these variables, so what is a POS value? 0. We see that already. We write it that already, because POS is equal to I. I is 0. So POS value is 0. And J value is 1. We know that J value is 1. So ARR0 is greater than ARR1. Now see, ARR0 is not greater than ARR1. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone? Okay. So 44 is not greater than 77. So this part is not executed because compiler doesn't enter into that part. Am I right or wrong? Right? Am I right? Move on to this place, because this if is already this if also in between this for loop. See, for loop closing bracket not completed till now. So this loop is also executed after this. Am I right or wrong? এটা ভেবো না যে এইখানে পজিশনটা এই ইফটা ঢুকলো না মানেই ফর লুপ এখানে চলে গেল। It's not like that, because this for loop is completed there. So this part is also executed, obviously according to the condition. Now compiler in that particular place. What is a POS value? 0. Is it fine? POS value এখনো চেঞ্জ হয়নি, কিন্তু আমি ইটারেশন 1 এই আছি। POS value এখনো বাড়েনি। So POS value is 0. What is the I value? It is also 0. So POS is equal to I. So this condition is also false. So compiler doesn't enter into that part also. So no swapping is done in that particular case. Now move on to this for loop. Why I am not this place? Because এখনো তোমার এই কন্ডিশনটা false হয়নি. This is a nested for loop. Until or unless this condition is false, you not move on to this for loop. Now, what is a J value? J value is incremented by 1. So if J value first time যদি 1 হয়, এখন J value 2. Obviously, J value is 2 because first time when we start J loop, it is initialized with I plus 1, which means that 2. Which means that 1, 0 plus 1. So all this part is executed. Now my compiler is here again because this condition is not false till now. So now what is a J value? 2. Okay, and 2 is greater than n. Am I right or wrong? 2 is, what I am saying, 2 is less than n because what is the n value? 8. So 2 less than n. This is a true condition.
Yes, ma'am.
Again it will move on to this place. Now what is the ARR POS? Again 0. Again 0. Am I right? ARR 0 again because POS is not changed. Why? Because my loop is executed for this part. So PO is same as before because this POS is under this for loop, but till this for loop is not condition is not false right now. So POS value is same, which is 0, and this value is changed, which is 2. Am I right? Again, ARR 0 is greater than ARR 2. Obviously, we see that. সেটা আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি because 44 is greater than 22 because this is a 0 position, this is the 2 position. If so, then position value is again, so this part is true. According to that, this part is true. So position is again initialized with J. So now what is the position value? Position value is 2 now. Position value is not 0 now. Position value is 2 now. Now what's happening? Tell me. After that, what's happening? Tell me. According to that condition, this is a true. ARR POS, which is 0, is greater than ARR 2. This is not 0 plus 1. This is incremented by 1. So ARR 0 is greater than ARR 2. Obviously, ARR 0 is greater than ARR 2 because this is my 2 position. 44 is greater than 22. We know that. So position is position replaced with J. So what is a J value? 2. So position now replaced by 2 rather 0. So 0 is now overwritten by 2. So now position is 2. totally position value is changed. So position is now 2. Now move on to this place. Position value is 2 and I value is 0. Same as before. Am I right or wrong? Am I right
Yes,
or wrong? If according to our previous comparison and position is already changed, so if position not equals to I, then this part is executed, and obviously 2 not equals to I. 2 not equals to I because 2 position value is 2 and I value is 0. So this is a true condition. So this part is executed. এটা কিরকম হলো ম্যাডাম? 44 এর সঙ্গে 22 ইন্টারচেঞ্জ হয়ে গেল। আপনি তো বললেন 44 এর সাথে 11 ইন্টারচেঞ্জ হবে। Am I right? So 44 and 22 interchange their place. Now, again my J loop is executed. I am till in a iteration number 1. এখনো কিন্তু আমার iteration 1 শেষ হয়নি। Till I am now iteration number 1 where J value is 3. J value is 3. What is ARR POS? What is a POS value? What is a POS value?
2.
2. And what is J value? Am I right?
Yes,
Am I right or wrong? And this element is also changed because 44 and 22 is interchanged this place. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
কোনো রিপ্লাই নেই কেন? You have to find out the smallest element. Okay. So after assuming 44, basically using this logic, you have to find out the 11, nothing else. But your comparison with every time, whatever the value in that place, whatever the value you overwritten by position or J, it will every time compared with each other and finding out the smallest one. How do you find out the smallest one value? Am I right? আমি এক্ষুনি এক্সাম্পলে কি বললাম that taking 44, assuming that this is your first value and you have to find out the smallest one from the remaining part of your array. So how do you find out the 11? It is not possible that you have to execute every time another loop and compared with each other for the remaining part and find out the smallest one. It is mathematically okay. But in your program, you have to basically compare with each other because until or unless you not finding in that way whatever I am writing in our program, you can't find out the smallest element in your array. Basically using this one, we find out the smallest element of my array, nothing else. Nothing else. So after when the loop is executed for the J is equal to 2, it will totally change the sequence of this part because 44 is greater than 22. So now it will interchange with each other. So 22 is here and 44 is there. So when J value is executed for the third time, what is ARR POS? 2 because POS is already overwritten by 2 and ARRJ is 3. Now see again 77 is greater than 44. So again position value is overwritten with 3 and obviously 3 not equals to 0. That's why swapping is done. So now 44 is there and 77 is there. Again, it will compared with this one. No swapping is there. It will compare with this one. So swapping is there. So it will compare with this one. So you have to check each and every time whatever your elements is. You have to check each and every time. Is it okay or not? এখনো বোঝা যায়নি তাই তো? Where is the problem? Just tell me. Where is the problem? সবাই বুঝতে পেরে গেছে তাই তো? So I think you don't have any problem with that code. Anyone? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 35 people is there means 34. So in 34 people, nobody have any problem with that code. Is it fine? Is it okay or not? না বুঝতে পারলে বলো, তাহলে তো আমি আবার এক্সপ্লেইন করব। তোমরা কি আমার কোশ্চেনটা বুঝতে পারছো না নাকি না মানে অন্য কোনো কিছু প্রবলেম? সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছো কোড? নো প্রবলেম? থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you, ma'am.